by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center. Now here's Brown. Back to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Up top, Brown. Covered by Irving. And it's Brown missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Thompson, a screen on Holiday. Nobody near Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Took him no time at all on that one.
White that time, feeling the separation, was able to shoot that shot with rhythm.
Oh, you look at these role players the Mavs have, Clark. They've done a great job.
They really have, Kevin. I mean, the front office identified who the players were that could best play with their core stars. Needed defenders and guys that could catch and shoot the three. They went out and loaded up the roster with those perfectly fitting role players.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Taken away by Holiday. And a fast break now for the Celtics. White wide open. He fires. Drains it from beyond the arc. White's got 6 points.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
No good from Irving.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's White. He has 6. Brown outside. Just 5 on the clock. And White kicks to Tatum. Off target with his 3. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Irving drives in. Thompson finds Irving. Over Holiday. They get it again. Outside, Davis. And on the way from Irving for 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And Thompson kicks to Washington. Outside Irving. They need this one. And the 3 ball is good. Irving's got 6.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good. Absolutely, virtually impossible.
Now here is Holiday. Still without a basket. From the arc. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Tatum.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Thompson, a screen on Holiday. Irving from long range. Hits it from 3-point range. He's got 9.
The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
And stolen by Thompson. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall comes in for Washington. Christie, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the basket by Hauser.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Irving. Pass to Craig. Tatum kicks to Craig. Good if it goes. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Derek White has been on display. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
On the court for the Celtics, they've got Tatum. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. And he recovers it. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
It's stolen. Out to the right wing. Here's Pritchard. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Irving way outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And so Horford will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 3-point lead. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Again, Irving missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Craig, good.
Jason Tatum scores, but also creates for his teammates a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Irving for 3. Traps in the tray. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Outside, Horford. Shot clock at 6. Horford sets a screen for Craig. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. And it's Thompson in for Christie. Back to Holiday. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Davis is checked in for Najee Marshall. And it's P.J. Washington in for Dinwiddie. Brown is checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard.
Screen.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Holiday. Thompson passes to Irving. Thompson, a screen on Holiday. Irving for 3. And it's White with the rebound.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Washington against Brown. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But It can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 12. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
And White kicks to Porzingis. Boston, no good that time either. For Dallas, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Irving dishes to Thompson. A miss that time would have put him up. Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Now Irving, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Outside Irving. 109 left in the first half. Davis with a screen on Holiday. 4 on the clock. No good from Irving. Boston shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And the basket by Tatum.
Good to see Tatum square himself up and knock down those pull-up jumpers. When he does that, unguardable.
And here is Irving. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
The kick out to Holiday. Fires the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
This isn't a shot Holiday will pass up. He's a reliable three-point shooter.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Pass to Thompson to the middle. Outside for Davis. Shoots the three. And Davis nails the three.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this season.
And here is Tatum. He has 5. Now Holiday lets it go from deep. Porzingis with a screen on Washington. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics lead by 3. And now let's catch it. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
They've got Anthony Davis. Irving is out there with Thompson. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Washington in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. Good on the three-point shot.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Over in the corner, Washington. And now White pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And the dunk by Porzingis.
But what an athlete this Porzingis kid is. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
And you know, Clark, you look at the switch the Mavericks hit last year. This is a team that has certainly bought in.
It's pretty clear, Kevin. They believe in their coach, and they know they can make it to the finals now. They look to empower one another. They play as more than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. A well-oiled, cohesive group.
And how's that for an answer? Thompson getting his revenge in style there.
Holiday against Irving. Holiday, the pass to Tatum. Over in the corner, White. Ball's knocked loose. Tatum finds White. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, you've got to be aware of Porzingis in these situations. I mean, you know he's coming for the three-point revenge there.
Back to Irving. Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Outside for Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
When your big man can pop out and knock down the corner three, it certainly opens up the whole offense.
It's Brown on the wing. Tatum with the screen on Washington. Brown's shot is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. The three-pointer off the mark. Porzingis way outside. Tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Going on Porzingis. Marshall, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. Mavericks trail by 11. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Outside for Davis. Bangs home the trifecta. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
The big fella spotting up, and AD more than capable of knocking it down.
With the step back. Here's Pritchard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Christie, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Brown against Thompson. Brown, no good. Dallas has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Celtics leading by 8. To the right side. Here's Hauser. Boston again missing.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Tipped away. Down low. Here's Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
He's automatic at the rim with that size and wingspan.
Pass to Pritchard. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. The third quarter comes to a close. Boston on top, up 6. And fourth quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Celtics. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. Dinwiddie left side. Back to Irving. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Irving's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Mavs.
Boston foul. Sam Crawford. First personal foul. First team foul.
And stolen by Horford.
And just a loss of concentration there. And they're going to pay for it with the over and back.
Yeah, clearly an unforced mistake there. You got to keep your head in the game and tighten that handle.
And here's Tatum for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Dinwiddie right side to tie it up. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Mavs. Austin's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hauser. Jacks up a three. Boston, no good that time either. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Here's Pritchard. It's up a three. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Dinwiddie sets the screen for Irving. Pass to Christie to take the lead. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Craig passes to Tatum. A 3-ball. And the basket by Hauser. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Tatum against Dinwiddie. On its way from Irving for 2. Lively the pass to Dinwiddie. Now Irving. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Drew Holiday is checked in for the Celtics. Going inside. Pass to Hauser. And here is Horford. The Celtics working the ball around now. Tatum from 3.
He's such a bright shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. To the wing right side. Stolen by Tatum. And Holiday has it in the corner. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing. But they don't want to chance that again.
Dinwiddie dishes to Thompson. On its way from Irving for 2. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And on the way from Irving for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Irving's got 11 points in the quarter.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is. Unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
Outside Holiday. Pritchard passes to Holiday. Tatum kicks to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Austin needs to get off a shot. Horford has a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Irving attacking to take the lead. Thompson misses. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Davis comes in for Marshall. And Washington subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Into the lane. Holiday against Irving. There's the 3. And Davis pulls it down. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. 6 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Irving. Here's Gafford. It's good!
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
One last chance to win it right here. It's got to be a kick.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
forward offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Davis. Irving looking around. Pass to Thompson. From outside the arc, hits a three-pointer.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And Hartenstein slams it in.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
On the wing, Irving. Over to the left wing. To the middle. Here's Davis, and the layup is good off the glass.
The size and skill combination really puts pressure on the D. Davis, so good at using it to his advantage.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Greg.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Davis. That's short off the rim.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Irving, no good. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Out to Thompson. Beyond the arc. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Hard to predict when great shooters are using a screen. That time Klay Thompson did a great job of finding the open space.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Irving with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. The baseline J is on the way. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. Dallas has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Gafford to screen. Irving for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and all around the rim that time before dropping.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
Irving, the pass to Thompson. Irving, a screen on Dort. Here's Thompson. Here's Washington. Clock at 6. Thompson finds Irving. Into the lane. And he banks in the layup.
Love how effective Irving is on the drive. His head is up, and he just cuts right through the defense.
It's Dort on the wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's gotten his second bucket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Pass to Washington. Knocked away. Davis with it. Guarded now by Williams. The 3 from Washington. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed. Also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Now here's Gafford. He's scoreless. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. And Klay Thompson picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
7 seconds left in the opening quarter. Outside, Williams. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Mavericks?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. They've got Williams, Cason Wallace out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Alex Caruso, and it's Wiggins in at the 4 slot. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Dallas.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Thunder with a lead. Throws it up high. Wiggins, no good. The Mavericks have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And stolen by Caruso. Wallace with it, and Dinwiddie picks him up defensively. Lively against Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Wiggins. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Wiggins gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Lively with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Marshall. Back to Irving. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked loose.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Caruso outside. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Now Wallace. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, no good. And here's the fast break. Here's Irving. Pass to Marshall. Outside Irving. Shot clock at 5. They need this. And it falls all over the rim and in. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
Coach is yelling at the defense to at least get a hand up on Kyrie Irving.
Wallace with it. Lets the 3 fly. Lively grabs a miss. Irving with it. 7 points in the game. Pass to Lively. Screen by Lively. Here's Dinwiddie. Back to Lively. Over Williams. Irving against Gilgeous-Alexander. A shot from the high post. Here's Lively. And a slam dunk by Lively.
and that really has to lift his teammates' spirits right now.
I'll tell you, Grant, these second chance buckets could be what this game comes down to.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Irving for three, and his fourth make of the day in 10 tries.
And Kyrie is a threat from anywhere beyond the arc, including those corners.
Wallace, left side. Wiggins from long range. Lively grabs a miss. Lively's got his fourth rebound in this one. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
And it's a completely new group here for the Mavericks. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Williams finds Holmgren. And here's Dort. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession here.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time he might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Mavs. They trail by one. Davis down low. Williams defending. Nifty move. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
These are his first free throws of the game. That one drops. He ties it up. So it's Oklahoma City now. Hartenstein a screen. Stolen by Thompson. He's off on that one. Kyrie Irving has been on display for Dallas. 8 points in the quarter. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
In the center court. And get ready for the fans' half-court shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
And you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then it's Daniel Gafford, and it's Washington in at the 3 spot. That's Jason Kidd's 5 as we get into the second half.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Irving for 3. Sinks the tray. Irving's got 13 now.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Davis down low, working on Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander gets the bucket on the breakaway.
Nobody's catching SGA on the fast break. Nobody.
Irving with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Thompson passes to Irving. Out to the wing. Here's Washington. Some solid defense from Williams.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Great signs as Clay goes vertical that time.
Poke loose. Outside, Williams. Buries it from 3. 9 points in the game.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Thompson, no good. Thunder leading by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Pass to Williams. And it's all from three-point range.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Thompson passes to Irving. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And Dallas making a change here. Marshall's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Caruso's checked in. And they pick up 2.
And this is how explosive Irving can be. Such a clever and versatile scorer.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Dagnall said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. A different look for Dallas. Lively comes in for Gafford, and it's Dinwiddie in for Kyrie Irving. Wiggins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wallace comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
Yeah, it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. His shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
Wiggins outside. Outside, Williams. Caruso, a screen on Lively. Pass to Caruso. Wallace up top, covered by Lively. And it's rejected.
And it's fantastic seeing Dinwiddie come up with the block, putting his length to perfect use.
Thompson passes to Lively, and stolen by Caruso. 30 seconds left in the third. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Davis. Fires the 3. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Davis has got 7 points.
Confident shot from AD, committing to taking that jumper.
Caruso against Lively. Now here's Williams. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And we've reached the end of the third. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Cason Wallace. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Jang in at the center position. Tipped away. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Rebounded by Marshall.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Now here's Caruso. Wallace outside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lively grabs the miss. Lively's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Irving. Takes the 3. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
So for Dallas, Prosper's checked in for Edwards. Thompson comes in for Marshall. And Williams is subbed in for Christie. Dort for 3. Pass to Williams. Let's go with a three. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Lively's got rebound number 7 tonight. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Lively.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Outside for Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. And it's Shea hitting the three.
SGA doesn't rely on the three to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Irving against Gilgeous-Alexander. He drops it from range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 21.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
To the left side wing. Washington outside. On the wing, Davis. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Williams from long range. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 assists in the game. The Mavericks have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. And here's Thompson for 3. Oh, and Clay makes that 3 look so easy.
Totally reactionary, not even thinking about it. Klay Thompson playing with some confidence.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Gafford. It's stolen by Irving. The 3 from Washington. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Oklahoma City's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. Pass to Hartenstein. Stolen by Thompson. And here they come. Ahead. Gafford with the bucket. And now just a 5-point Thunder lead.
Nice job by Klay Thompson just taking a step back. Team needed a play. He made it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Thompson, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Irving off the drive. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Knocks it loose. And we're going to have a jump ball. Williams from long range. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has got 21 points in the game. Irving finds Thompson. To the paint. Outside for Davis. Here's Irving. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. Irving's got 10 points here in the second half.
Master from the mid-range. You just assume Irving's going to drill that shot every time.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein from 18 feet away. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Thunder.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game. They battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well-deserving of this win.
And what a huge performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
Williams' shot is good.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Irving, the pass to Thompson. And there's a 3-second violation.
3-second violation. Ball. Substitution on the court.
"19 seconds left in the 4th. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. so it's the Thunder taking care of business. And thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
lose in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight. Defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams gets the bucket.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
The kick out to Tatum. Tatum with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Holiday, the pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown inside. Defended by George. Porzingis can't hit. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. The kick out to Williams. It's stolen by Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many scouts felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Outside, White. Out to Porzingis for three. A three-pointer is right on target. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him. That's just inviting trouble.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. George with a screen for Williams. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
It's Brown on the wing. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
It's good.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's White. Pass to Tatum. This one for three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Higgins comes in for Holmgren. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for George. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
Just 4 to shoot. A wide open look here for Caruso. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Pritchard. Horford the pass to Hauser. Cornette kicks to Brown. Pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Defended by Caruso. To the left wing. Here's Hauser. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Williams with the ball. Lets it go with a three. Good on the triple.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins, a screen on Craig. He gets it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Thunder up 5. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 5. Outside, Horford. Thunder with the rebound.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep in the second. Craig, good.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot on the way, and it's good for 2. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead, back up to 5 now for Oklahoma City. Over to the left wing. Pass to Hauser from downtown. His shot is good, making it a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Knocked loose. Outside, Horford. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Celtics. Porzingis is coming in for Al Horford. And it's Drew Holiday in for Torrey Craig. Then for the Thunder, Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. The Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Here's Wiggins. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. 3-pointer. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins has got 6. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Sinks the triple.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
From the high post. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. The rebound by the Celtics. Outside Holiday. A 3-pointer, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Thunder trailing by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. On the wing, Wiggins. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here is Holiday. Shot from the wing. Hauser the pass to Porzingis. And again, Boston with the triple.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Wasted no time on that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Here's Hauser. He has 6. For the 3. Wiggins with the rebound. With 2 seconds left. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Celtics lead by 2. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
So for Oklahoma City right now, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams a screen on Holiday. And finished off by Williams.
Oh, that's too smooth. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander with some clever playmaking there.
The 3 is drilled by Tatum. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
The kick out to Williams. Over Porzingis. A rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in this game. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. A 3 from Porzingis. And the Celtics another 3.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Outside Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. From the baseline, it's hauled in by Porzingis. Celtics leading by 5. Great, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. The Celtics working the ball around now. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And it's Williams with the ball for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. To halt the run. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. And taken away by Brown. I now send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. White setting the pick for Holiday. Outside, White. Brown the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brown. The wide open look here for Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Holiday's got the lead up to 9 now for Boston. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And moving with such speed, the quickness of SGA's drives, something to admire.
Up top, Brown. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Porzingis for a three. The shot, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. Pass to Dort. Williams against Brown. Williams kicks to Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on White. Floats it up for Holmgren. Dort finds Holmgren. The alley-oop finish is off the mark. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. To the paint. Outside, White. To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
White drives in. Pass to Porzingis. Brown dishes to Tatum. Outside, White. Left side, Brown. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game. Almost like he had a sixth sense.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. And it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's the Boston 5. Pass to Caruso. Stolen by Tatum. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Over to the wing. Horford with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. They grab their own miss. Cornet passes to Tatum. Out to the right wing. Lets the three fly. Here's Cornet. Launches it. And that's good. Jason Tatum for 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Shireman, good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
Horford double team and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Cornet. Wallace covering. Horford from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th rebound in this one. The kick out to Williams. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Shireman. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Inside. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pass to Shireman. Takes a three. And no good that time. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 here in the quarter.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Cornette, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Latre. Caruso, no good. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Horford, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Williams gets the bucket.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Celtics leading by 7. Driving to the basket. Cornette can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Caruso. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams for 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Cornette. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Cornette can't get it to go. Here's Oklahoma City. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Tatum, first personal foul. First team foul.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 8 for the Thunder. Hartenstein is checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Brown wide open, he fires. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Outside Williams, stolen by Tatum. Outside Holiday, from outside the arc. The Thunder pull it in. So it's the Boston Celtics with the W. All right, David, thanks so much.
These teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
And now Dallas' starting group. They've got Kyrie Irving. Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's P.J. Washington, and it's Thompson in at the 2. Davis finds Irving. Davis with a screen on Holiday. Irving, the pass to Thompson. Davis with a screen on White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thompson, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Brown. Outside Porzingis. The 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. About a minute into this first quarter. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We spoke about Kyrie Irving and what the most challenging thing about defending him is, and he told me, quote, just how creative he is when he's handling the ball. We want to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, even if it means sending double teams occasionally. We'll see if this game plan works out for them, guys. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Holiday. This one for 3. Davis with a rebound.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Thompson passes to Washington. White with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Pass to Holiday. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Holiday's got 5.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
From downtown, and Kyrie Irving with the 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Porzingis passes to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Davis. Back to Porzingis. Pass to Tatum. Driving inside, and the rebound goes to Dallas. Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Dallas shooting their first free throw in this game.
And he's basically automatic from here, and that's not an accident. No doubt, Kyrie still puts in work at the line.
Thompson outside. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Three-pointer, Holiday. Gets the 3 ball to go. Give him 8 points now.
Is showing off his competitive fire. Holiday was eager to get a 3 of his own.
Pass to Washington. Thompson in the post. He's guarded by White. Davis with a screen on Holiday. Back to Thompson, to the inside. Davis, the pass to Gafford. Tatum with a steal. White on the wing. Tatum, a screen on Irving. And there's Holiday. That's good. On the assist by White. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Thompson against White. Outside for Davis. Can they get it? He squares up and sinks it.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Outside Tatum. Pulls up. Porzingis misses. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Gafford with a screen on Tatum. Back to Irving. Down low. Out to Thompson. Fires for 3. Holiday grabs the miss. For Boston, they've gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. Outside Tatum. Davis against Porzingis. Outside Brown. On target from range.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
That'll count. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Drew Holiday making things happen for the Celtics. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. The 3 from Craig. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Boston ball.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Pass to Pritchard. The kick to Tatum. Three-pointer. Tatum drills the 3.
This team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Here's Pritchard, still without a bucket. That one goes. Count it. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. It's a three-point game. Craig, no good.
It's such a big help to your defense when your smaller players can snatch down rebounds in traffic.
The game now all tied up. Irving's got 16 points now.
An opportunistic player in the open floor. Once Irving sees a chance to score, he jumps on it.
Tatum with it, and Lively picks him up defensively. Out to Craig. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Outside Irving. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. And it's a three-point Maverick lead.
Confident shot by Dinwiddie. No hesitation at all.
Here's Craig. Driving in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the bucket by Boston. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Irving. Tries to hit him. Denied by Tatum.
There's the link Tatum provides on the defensive side. He can change a game on that end.
Porzingis has checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Craig. Gafford, he's checked in for Dallas. Klay Thompson comes in for Christie. Now here's Tatum. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Pass to Hauser. Outside Holiday. Here's Hauser. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Can't give those openings defensively. He'll just keep exploiting them.
Thompson outside. Outside for Irving. Now here's Dinwiddie. no good. The dry spell continues. Hauser passes to Tatum. The three, Porzingis. Rebounded by Marshall, who poked away. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Pritchard. Now Holiday. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Puts up a three. The rebound by Klay Thompson. Mavericks trail by 4. Gafford the screen. Irving for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Here's Hauser. The 3. And the three-pointer goes. Hauser's got 6. Irving with a deep 3. And so it's Boston closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Well, you look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he's been everywhere.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And on the floor for Jason Kidd as we get into the second half. Kyrie Irving out there with Thompson. Then it's Daniel Gafford. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Washington in at the 3 spot. He gets it in there.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play. Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, trailing by 8. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Here's Brown, outside Tatum, jacks up a 3. Gafford grabs the miss. And Irving has got the ball here for Dallas. Pass to Washington. 4-3. Drills it from deep. Washington's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Porzingis for 3. Davis for the rebound. Davis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Irving looking around. Back to Thompson. Here's the 3. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Thompson's got 6.
With perfect mechanics, too. Klay Thompson's jumper is a work of art, an all-time shooter.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. And Daniel Gafford picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Pritchard's checked in for White. Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Irving. Pritchard gets it to go. He's got 7.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by Dallas. Boston leading by 5. Fires from deep. That shot, no good. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Thompson passes to Irving. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Celtics have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Pritchard. Thompson pulls it in.
Yeah, even though he was open, those leaners are tough to make.
Irving against Holiday. 1:35 left in the third. Here's Marshall. Off target with the 3. Boston's shooting at about 44% so far. Pritchard gets it to go.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Offensive rebound. Outside Irving. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feet.
He's tenacious, hitting from the perimeter while drawing the foul.
And Boston with some changes. Cornette's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in for Holiday. Lively, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dinwiddie comes in for Klay Thompson. It's scooped up. Cornette passes to Pritchard. Horford with it. Here's Hauser. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. And here's Brown for 3. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
On the wing, Davis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Celtics lead by 7. Right side, Brown. Cash money from 16 feet away. Brown's got 8.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Irving, the pass to Davis. And the foul on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Christie's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Kyrie Irving. Out to Horford. Here's Cornette. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Right side, Davis. Fires the 3. Oh, Anthony Davis reigns in the 3.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. They've been very... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Mavericks trail by 6. We've got Jason Tatum, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Craig with a screen on Irving. Here's Pritchard. The 3 from Craig. Offensive rebound on the wing, Tatum. The 3 ball connects from downtown. And the Celtics lead by 6.
Great rhythm to that shot. Tatum right off the pass.
Edwards finds Irving. Count the basket. Irving's got 22 points.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself. But now he wants to keep everybody involved.
Right side, Williams. Out left to the wing. Outside Irving for 3. Horford pulls it in.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Pritchard, the pass to Horford. To the middle. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's been so aggressive on offense. And with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Good on the shot.
And Kyrie loves putting on a show. This is what makes him so much fun to watch.
Pass to Craig. Takes a 3. Mavericks with a rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Out of of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Celtics lead by 8. Here's Pritchard. Boston again missing.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
The Celtics have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. The 3 is up. Lively grabs the miss. Lively's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight. Pass to Christie. Now here's Lively. On the wing, Irving. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Tatum from long range. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 8-point game. Irving for 3. Fires in the triple. Irving's got 11 points here in the second half.
Irving never gives you less than his best. He's working so hard to find those much-needed points.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Dallas. Gafford, he's checked in for Lively. Anthony Davis comes in for Prosper. Washington's checked in for Christie. And it's Klay Thompson in for Williams. Holiday finds Brown. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by Boston. Mavericks trail by 5. Irving with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Outside for Davis. Pass to Thompson. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one.
Cold-blooded. You can count on Thompson to keep an even temperature as the game heats up.
On the wing, Thompson. Outside Irving. White against Thompson. Pass to Davis. 4 on the clock. Yes! And the foul! That one on White.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time clutch.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure? Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Brown against Washington. And the jam by Brown.
Oh, assertive play there by Brown. Rising to the challenge of the moment.
Pass to Gafford. Thompson with it. Defended by Brown. Thompson passes to Davis. Chance here for Irving. Rebound Boston.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
White on the wing. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Tatum finds Brown. Laces one from 3.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Irving fires from way outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And stolen by Irving. There's the triple. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics. Pulling. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
The guard position, that is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Davis. Klay Thompson is out there with Irving. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Washington in at the 3.
Let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Irving. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And the foul on Daniel Gafford. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Mavericks. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Double team on Williams. Holmgren in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Hartenstein finds Dort. Oklahoma City moving it around. Deflected by Gafford.
Mavericks ball.
Well, Daniel Gafford has carved out Doris a role in this league with his hustle, his intensity, and his rim protection.
All of those things you just mentioned, Kevin, are skills. He plays hard on both ends. Gafford can defend the paint. He's going to crash the glass. He's going to run the floor. Listen, figure out how you can fit and do your job.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Now here's Irving. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, the range of Kyrie and the quickness and efficiency with which he gets it off. Look out.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute. Now, when it came to Kyrie Irving, Coach said trying to contain him tonight won't be easy. He told me Kyrie is a fantastic player, but I feel confident that our guys will be all over him tonight. Pretty strong words, guys.
Thanks, David.
Hey, we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. It's a tie ball game.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shai has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Here's Davis. Nice move. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
Oh, my goodness. AD wanted them to feel that one. Davis boosts his whole team with that explosiveness.
They now take the lead. Williams has got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially. Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. Back to Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And running offense through Holmgren. Great court awareness and really unselfish.
Irving passes to Thompson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Dallas making a switch here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Marshall comes in for P.J. Washington. Christie's checked in for Thompson. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Now, here's George. Gilgeous-Alexander. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Irving's checked in for Davis. Mavericks trail by 6. Irving from long range. Drills it from outside. Irving's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Mavs.
How about the athleticism? Kyrie stops on a dime, knocks it in. Some of the best breaks in the league.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Dinwiddie. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Irving with a clean look. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll be back right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
4 on the shot clock. Holmgren with the steal. Pass to Williams. Finished off the break. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Dinwiddie sets the screen for Marshall. Here's Christie. Off target from three-point range. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Williams a screen. Pass to Holmgren. Cuts off the pass. Here we go, all alone. Here's Lively. To end the drought. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Now, here's Marshall from past the arc. Drills the three-pointer.
Boy, outstanding decision-making by Dinwiddie. We associate him as a scorer, but what a pretty look.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Mavericks trail by 5. Here's Christie. Nothing on the board. Here's Williams. Christie with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 9 points in the game so far. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Here's Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Irving attacking. Pass to Dinwiddie. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
It's deflected, and they get it back. It's good. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Mavericks. 8-point game. It's good from long range. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Williams, that's good.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats it up for Holmgren. And the jump by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Irving against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren comes with the double team. Really left alone that time. Marshall's got 6.
You know, we call that great recognition of the situation. He knew where the double team on him was coming from. A teammate was open somewhere, and he found him.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Lively. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting it. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
On the floor for Dallas, Davis is out there with P.J. Washington. Then there's Daniel Gafford, and there's Klay Thompson, and it's Irving at the point. The shot by Thompson, no good. The Thunder leading by 6. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And he can extend the lead to double digits. Mavericks trail by 8. Irving for 3. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Holmgren. Williams, a screen on Davis. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. And when you look at P.J. Washington, his value, DB, lies in his defensive versatility.
Well, he's cross-positional. You can switch virtually every position with him on the defensive end. There's a strong physical presence, but maybe my favorite attribute is he's fearless. There's a toughness and an edge, and boy, you give him a big shot to take, he's not going to hesitate.
Takes it inside. It's stolen by Dort. They get a hand on it. Washington with it. Dort covering. Here's Thompson. Thompson hammers it down.
Boy, you don't see it often. Klay Thompson letting you know he can finish emphatically.
Williams shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Alex Caruso is checked in for Oklahoma City. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marshall, he's checked in for Washington. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Kyrie Irving. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. Jones checked in for the Thunder.
Coming onto the floor for your Thunder, number 3, Dylan Jones.
And stolen by Wiggins. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City.
Mavericks ball.
Chang is checked in for Jones.
Coming onto the floor for your Thunder, number
Mavericks
13,
trailed by 3.
Usman James.
Outside Irving. Pass to Thompson for the tie. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game. Klay Thompson.
And the call will be against Najee Marshall.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wallace comes in for George. On the wing, Wiggins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Davis sends it back.
At this point, finding blocks comes naturally for AD. He just anticipates and attacks the basketball.
Hands it from downtown.
Anthony Davis.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Thunder making a switch here. Joe's checked in. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Irving. Williams kicks to Thompson. Connects from 3-point range. Thompson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catch has defined Klay Thompson.
Joe passes to Caruso. 1:02 left to play in the third. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Davis finds Williams.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Exum is checked in for the Mavericks.
17 foul. Maverick substitution.
Thunder trailing by 8. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. It's Joe on the wing. There's the triple. Trains the three-pointer. Joe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
It's Williams with the drive. Outside for Davis. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
9 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams sends a screen for Caruso. He gets that one. Caruso's got his first points in this one. And so it's Dallas with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Dallas leading by 6. Williams is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Wallace. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Caruso in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Thunder. Pass to Williams. Back to Mitchell. In the corner, Wallace with it. Mitchell a screen on Williams. And it's Wallace penetrating. And it's Wallace slamming it down.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And the foul called on Casey Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a change here. Flagler's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Prosper's checked in. Exum kicks to Williams. 5 to shoot. Pass to Prosper. And the 3 off target. Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Flagler. Wiggins a screen on Lively. Here's Flagler.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Thompson comes in for Dante Exum, and he makes the first but misses the second. Irving passes to Williams. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Marshall. Lively finds Williams. The kick out to Irving. To tie it up. It's rebounded by Dallas. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Williams. And the slam by Williams.
You see the offensive force that is Kyrie Irving. Sometimes it's his scoring. Right there, it's his passing.
Out to Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Wiggins outside. Here's Wallace. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Irving for 3. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Flagler. He's guarded by Williams. Hartenstein with the screen for Wiggins. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Mavericks leading on the wing, Irving. The 3 knocks down the 3 ball. Irving's got 23.
We all know that Irving wants to be the man to hit that shot. And when he takes it, he usually finds a way to finish.
And that one's good, Caruso.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that 3 of their own. And this gets the crowd energized.
And Marshall kicks to Williams. Here's Irving. Pass to Lively. Caruso with the steal. Here's Wiggins. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one on Thompson.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Gilgeous-Alexander against Irving. Thompson kicks to Williams. Pass to Irving. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And Irving gets it to go on the assist from Williams.
Yeah, the way Kyrie varies his pace, hard for any defender to guess right.
Gilgeous-Alexander plays it up and banks it in. And the Thunder lead by 1.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time. Well, big-time moment means big-time guy, and Klay Thompson delivers yet again.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From down in the low post, it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the game tied up here for the Thunder. Here's Irving. Wiggins with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Right wing. Holmgren finds Wiggins. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Jalen Williams is checked in for Aaron Wiggins. Davis is checked in for Dallas.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, by virtue of skill and temperament, so ready to deliver in these moments.
Out to Thompson. Picked by Williams. Thompson dishes to Davis.
Stepping up, Davis is a fantastic option late. You know with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
Williams, a screen on Irving. Outside Williams. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. That will count. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
Is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
Now here's Brown. All sorts of time. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
A superb mid-range shooter. All Brown needs is some separation, and he's ready to pull up.
Pass to Williams. And the three off target. Boston on offense. Outside White. Back to Porzingis. Gets an open look and hits it.
So nice to see a big guy with that kind of shooting touch. The Porzingis' strongest attributes.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice D from Tatum. Outside Brown. The baseline J. Hartenstein pulls it in.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
He seems very natural when he's out there at the three-point line and uses that kind of rhythm. Porzingis, nice look.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the basket by Holiday.
Well, a longer point guard out there, Drew Holiday, can score close into the rim with that kind of size.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Drew Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on Holiday. Right side, Williams. Three-pointer. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Here's White. Tatum passes to White. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Dort. Back to Williams. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Williams. Inside. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, at 6'6", SGA absolutely has the size to get up there and throw it down.
Outside Tatum.
2 minutes.
A minute 53 left to play in the first quarter. Drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Brown. After the basket by Oklahoma City. Got it.
Smart pass from Porzingis, just a better shot available.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Williams from long range. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Tatum. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
There's 57 seconds left in the first. Tatum. And finished by Tatum. Wow!
We don't always get to see this from Tatum, adding the sizzle to the steak.
Right wing from deep, Holmgren. Tatum pulls it in. And Tatum's got the ball here for Boston. They trail by one. They kick it out to Porzingis. And here's Brown for three. Man, he can't sink that one. He's 2 for 4 in the contest. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. Clock at 6. Back to Williams. No good with the triple. Porzingis for 3. Sinks it from distance. Porzingis has got 8 points.
They keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Kristaps Porzingis getting it done for the Celtics. 8 points in the quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA working through contact inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
And stolen by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. He's covered by Holiday. Williams, a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. Again, Oklahoma City.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a lot of things well, and this time playing with some great offensive balance.
Pass to Brown. On the wing, Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And Drew Holiday gets a 3. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Porzingis misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
From deep. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Here's Brown. White, the pass to Brown. Fires the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams on the wing. Hartenstein with a screen on Brown. Williams misses.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. Just missed it.
2 minutes.
Gilgeous-Alexander against White. From deep, Holmgren. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
They've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Williams on the wing. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And a miss there on the triple. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Holiday. He takes it in. White for three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
The offensive rebound. Outside for Dort. Holiday's over to help. Gilgeous-Alexander against White. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Williams' shot is good.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Maybe settling a score with his coach?
So you're saying that he's out there right now protesting in some form or fashion?
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
On the floor for Boston, Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the two spot. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And he's going for the oop here. And the big finish by Holmgren. Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Got a piece of it. Craig with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Now the Celtics on the move. Here's Hauser. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 19. Pass to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Back to Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And yep, it's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though.
Yeah, and certainly room for growth from Holmgren in the mid-range. But good to see him taking the shot rather than passing on it.
And coming off a major injury. Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. Here's Pritchard. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. 24 points for him. Pass to Dort. This one for three. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
The size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. So it's Oklahoma City now. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Craig. Back to Williams. Horford pulls it in.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Hauser can't get it to go. Thunder leading by 22. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. No good from outside. And the Celtics shooting just 36% in the third. Horford can't hit. The Thunder have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Gilgeous-Alexander, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
He gets really smooth sometimes. Gilgeous-Alexander has some size, and he challenged the defense with it that time.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Williams. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren, and it's Alex Caruso in for Williams. Here's Pritchard. Boston, no good that time either.
I understand why he pulled up for the leaner right there, but the defense adjusted to that very well.
56 seconds left in the third quarter here. Williams misses. The Celtics shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. Brown can't hit.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's got 25. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points here in the quarter.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Williams finds Dort. Now Caruso. Wiggins right side. Back to Caruso. 5 to shoot. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Substitution on the court.
Oh, a deep 3 from Tatum. And so it's Oklahoma City up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Williams. He's out there with Lou Dort, and it's Jones in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Pass to Flagler. Jones with a screen on Holiday. Dort, the pass to Williams. Misses the 3. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. On the wing, Tatum for 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell.
So that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Jones. Jang comes in for Williams. Wallace, he's checked in for Mitchell. And Isaiah Joe subbed in for Flagler.
Oh, the long arms of Tatum. Man, do they come in handy on the glass.
To the right side, here's Wallace. Chops one in from the wing.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter, and bang, just kicks it out.
They get it again. It doesn't go for him. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Dort, the pass to Williams. Here's Jang. To the inside. The kick out to Williams. Over Porzingis. And Porzingis with the block.
And shooters must beware. Porzingis is down there lurking.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Porzingis. Holiday from long range. He buries it from 3.
And it really took a while, but they've started to find their form. And this run's making the deficit look a little bit more respectable.
Here's Wallace. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. There's Tatum with the 3. Jang pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Wallace misses. Boston on offense. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Left side Holiday from behind the arc. Dort grabs the miss. Dort's got 4 rebounds now. From the arc. Dang, shot is off.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
Here's Tatum. Here's Brown. Launches it. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Brown.
It's not surprising to see Tatum taking over offensively. I mean, he's capable of doing this on a nightly basis.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Here's Jang. Pass to Williams. White with a steal. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Holiday passes to Tatum.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Here's Jang. Knocks down the long J. Jang's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
The drive by Dort. Right side, Williams. Here's Jang. Off the mark there with a 3. Celtics trail by 15. And stolen by Holiday.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to...
Perfect execution from Porzingis.
Always the connection with the teammate. That time Porzingis in the right spot.
Pass to Dort. The 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. And the Thunder lead by 16.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And the basket by Joe.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
The Thunder have gone 4 for 10 in the 4th. Lets it fly. Tatum pulls it in. So it's Boston now. And here's Brown for 3. Williams grabs the board. And stolen by Porzingis. To the paint. And Brown with the stuff. 30 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Wallace. Pass to Jang. The 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
And Porzingis launches it from deep. Dort for 3. Misses there. And so Oklahoma City takes this one. And by a big margin. Showing that they're